Hello, welcome to my channel Vidya Classes. We are doing various forms of verbs, and in last video I had discussed modals. Now today the topic modal is continued. We have already discussed can, could, may, might. Today I would like to start with must. Where we use must? We use must when we want to do something because it's important. Because it's important. Or we think it's important. For example, I say I must reach there. It means something is important, I must reach there. You must save your neighbor. Must. One more example. He must apologize. So in these three sentences, the activity or work is done because it's important. So we have used must. Now next, must is used when we believe that something is true. Because of facts. Give attention to it. कई बार हम सोचते हैं ये ठीक है, लेकिन वो ठीक कैसे लगता है हमें? क्योंकि सर्कमस्टांसेस और फैक्ट्स ये कहते हैं कि ऐसा ही ठीक होगा. वहां पर भी हम मस्ट का यूज करते हैं. I give you example, then it will be clear. If I say the writer of the essay is a woman. One sentence. The writer of the essay must be a woman. Now what's the difference? If you use is, it means you are definite. Definite that the writer of the essay is woman. You know. But if you use the writer of the essay must be a woman, what's the difference? Either because of the handwriting or because of the content, you have come to the conclusion that the writer of the essay is a woman. In that sense, you will use must. One more example. He must be 40 now. If you say he is 40 now, you are definite. You know that his age is 40. But if you say he must be 40 now because of appearance or whatever his behavior, you say he must be 40 now. So here this is the difference between be form of verb if you use and you use must. This is in declarative sentence. But if the facts are not there, या it's not true, your sentence is negative one, then what will you use? In this sentence you have said the writer of the essay must be a woman. लेकिन अगर आप ये कहना चाहें कि नहीं, ऐसा लगता है कि इस ऐसे की जो राइटर है वो वुमेन नहीं है, फिर आप मस्ट का यूज नहीं करेंगे. देन नेगेटिव में आप क्या करेंगे? द राइटर ऑफ द essay can't be a woman. Then you will use can. If something is not true, then can't. You will not say the writer of the essay must not be a woman. In declarative must, but in negative can't. He can't be 40 now. He seems younger or much older. Then you will say he can't be 40 now. You will not use must. So, now the more usage of must. When you want to persuade someone, persuasion क्या होता है? किसी को आप किसी बात के लिए राजी करें, उसको एग्री कराएं कि ऐसा कर लो. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, यू मस्ट इन्फॉर्म द पुलिस. हियर persuasion. Now, more use of must. We use must when you think, when it is required by law or rules. For example, the students must come to school in uniform. Here, why you have used must? It is rule of the school. You must reach in office in time. Here must, it's rules or law, you say whatever. So here, in all these expressions, you will use must. Here I tell you other things also. When it is required by law, जब आपके लिए कोई कुछ करना जरूरी होता है, in some circumstances, generally in बोलचाल की भाषा में आप in conversational, what you use? You also use should. For example, but there is minor difference in sentence. You should reach office in time. Now what's the difference? Here must, when you say something obligation, required by law or rules, otherwise you will be punished. If students don't come in uniform, they will be punished. If you don't reach office in time, there should be some penalty. But if you should use should, then it is moral obligation. It is right for you. फिर आप कहेंगे भाई तुम्हें जो है ऑफिस टाइम पर जाना चाहिए, स्टूडेंट्स को स्कूल में यूनिफॉर्म में आना चाहिए, यानी दैट इज moral obligation or it is desirable. यही अच्छा रहेगा कि वो यूनिफॉर्म में स्कूल में आए या तुम ऑफिस में टाइम पर पहुंचो. Here I compare with this one more model you can use, that is ought. If you say you ought to reach office in time, then what's the minor difference is there? Ought here is when you want to put more emphasis, it is emphatic. दोनों से ज्यादा जो है मस्ट से और इससे ought जो है ज्यादा emphasis शो करता है. One thing. Second, ought is formal. In literary sense more is used than in डे टू डे लाइफ में ये कम यूज होता है, ये फॉर्मल सेंस में ज्यादा यूज होता है. यू ऑट टू ओबे द रूल्स ऑफ द ट्रैफिक, फॉर्मल, दो एम्फेसिस है ऑट टू, एम्फेसिस ज्यादा है बट फॉर्मल है ऑट टू. सो ये डिफरेंस है आपका. ऑट टू सेमी मॉडल भी कहा जाता है कि ऑट, शुड एंड मस्ट. इन वन सेंस देयर आर थ्री, यू हैव थ्री ऑप्शंस, शुड, डिजायरेबल, सॉफ्ट वन. सॉफ्ट टोन है आपकी जब आप शुड यूज करती हैं तो करते हैं. ऑट मोर फॉर्मल, मोर एम्फेसिस, मोरल ऑब्लिगेशन, दोनों में मोरल ऑब्लिगेशन है. बट मस्ट में आपका ऑब्लिगेशन कंपल्शन है, आप चाहो या ना चाहो. यहाँ पे तुम चाहो तुम्हारे लिए ठीक है, बट यहाँ पर वेदर यू लाइक इट और नॉट, कानून रूल ये कहता है तुम्हें ऐसा करना चाहिए. ये डिफरेंस है जब हम इन मॉडल्स को यूज करते हैं. तो डिफरेंट मूड और सिचुएशन ये सब देखकर ही हमें जो है वो मॉडल में थोड़ा माइनर चेंजेस आ जाता है. ओके, सो टुडे वी हैव डन मस्ट, शुड. देयर आर मैनी यूजेस ऑफ शुड दैट वी विल discuss in next video, but in one sense these three can be compared with, and you must think, yeah, you should think before use ki what I should use here. Okay, here compulsion required by law and rules, should, desirable or an ought, moral obligation but a bit more formal and more emphasis. ये तीनों में आपका इस यूज में डिफरेंस. ओके, आई होप इट्स क्लियर नाउ, एंड देन इन नेक्स्ट वीडियो सम मोर मॉडल्स विल बी डिस्कस्ड. ओके, बंद करने से पहले लाइक करना ना भूलें. थैंक यू.